university, I think I'm still struggling and uh, finding my path or my way in the
Mhm.
university, or how I'm gonna deal with it, what I'm gonna do, join the organization, or just focusing to academic. I'm still doesn't have a clear path to that thing.
Oh, okay. So maybe can you define what a challenge is?
Mm, I still whether I have to focus on academic or the organizational events, or maybe both of them, because I don't know which way will optimally make my future be successful.
Okay. And then have you ever faced a difficult situations doing both?
Yeah. So in my 11th grade, I was assigned to OSIS, student council, as a head leader of one department,
Mhm.
and actually balancing the both the academic and the organization is quite difficult. Oh, but it is only in the first or 2 months, the early 2 months, because I assigned for a year, and the other 10 months is basically uh, I can do both
Mhm.
perfectly balanced, but
Mhm.
I also do some also face some downgrades on my grades. I Yeah, my academic score got lower, but yeah, I feel it's okay because I got experience from the organization too.
Okay, so maybe can you tell me about what your feeling was in that moment? Rafa?
In that moment, at the first time, maybe I feel anxious. I feel not sure about my how am I gonna face this challenge, because it's my first time being a head of department. And yeah, I know it's not gonna be easy, but actually after a year, after I did for a year, it's isn't so hard because I got help from my friends, my leader too, the student council leader. And yeah, even though I got a lower academic score, that it's not that hard for me, because I
Mhm.
already got another experience that may be useful for my future.
All right. And then in that moment, did you talk to someone about your problem, about your anxiety?
For my anxiety, no, I never told anyone about that.
Even
I
your
spoke
parents?
with, yeah, if when they ask about how was my student council going, I just said that yeah, it's fine, it's going well. But to my student council leader, I will talk about my problem, my department problem, so he could
Mhm.
find a solution for me.
I see. Okay. And then, oh, okay, I see. Okay, thank you so much, Rafa, for telling your experience. Like the most challenging part of your life, yeah, especially nowadays, and also in the past when you were at school. Like when you are hand in hand, yeah, doing your work as a students, and also to become a part of courses at your school, right? Okay, thank you so much. And then, oh, let me know. Let me know something about Rafa because many people have a perspective here, how they can handle the situations, even in the worst situation, right? And then let me know, what is your perspective that a moment, yeah, that a moment can be difficult for you. What kind of moment can be difficult for you? Is it about your ability that you cannot do it, or it's something like it's it's a new thing for you?
Actually, for me, the kind of situation that I found difficult is when I assigned to be a leader of some program that I just become a leader. So it's my first time. So moments like this are when I assigned to be a head department. I had assigned to be a leader of a program of my department program. I found it hard,
Mhm.
but after that, after a while, I got assigned to for another program, a head of another program. It's not actually not that hard because I already know how to do it. So it's hard when it's the first time, only the first time for me.
Mm. Okay, so let's say that you are in the difficult situations. How can you solve it? How did you try to solve the problem? How
My
can you
kind of
be, yeah,
problem.
how can you be far away in that moment?
So in my case, I can solve my difficult problems. Maybe like I've said before, like the first time I'm assigned to be a leader is, yeah, alhamdulillah, because I am a leader. Of course, I have a team, and my team is mostly cooperative with me. So they do not just do what I told them to do, but they also give me some advice, even though they are under my control, under my command. So I can do both. I can share some perspective with them, and they also can collaborate with me.
Okay, so because you told me that you were a leader at school, especially one department or one divisions, can you tell me what is the most challenging part of becoming a leader in that divisions, especially a leader, Rafa?
Uh, so
And
in
then
my
how can you
school,
solve it?
yeah. So in my school, the boy and girls are separated, right? So when their department mate, the boy and the girl were assigned into one department, and of course, at the first time, it's feels like clumsy for these people to collaborate together because they're usually work with boys, girls and girls, but now they have to work together as and boys and girls as a team. So my job is how they can collaborate together even though they are not usually doing it, and the
So,
project came well optimally.
so in that moment, were they communicative enough in your team?
Yeah.
Okay. So you always discuss about something, some bad things happen to your agenda.
Sorry.
Okay. Did you always discuss with your team when something happened in your agenda, in your program?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So you hold the meeting.
What?
You hold the meeting to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And then, uh, you ever become a leader of one department in OSIS organizations? Let me know, Rafa, what did you learn from that experience? Because I think Rafa could learn many things to be a leader, especially when, like how you coordinate many people, especially a girl and a boy, yeah, in the team, because it didn't used to, right? Together
Yeah.
to be one, you together to be one, which is including men and women. Yeah. So yes, yeah. So what lesson could you learn from that experience?
Okay. So the first. Okay. So the first thing I learned is when we are assigned to a team or a department. In my case, there are people in our team that have many characteristics, and uh, not each of them is maybe accepted to the other one. In my case, there was uh, like a little conflict because one is doing like sarcasm to the other one, and the other one is not not responding not responding well to the sarcasm. And yeah, there's a little conflict, but it ends well for me. But still, I solve it with the help of my leader, the student council's leader, so I can solve it for by myself at that time. And the second thing, balancing the academic performance and the organization is necessary, because yeah, organization is important, but what brings us to the university we want, our dream university, is still our academic score, because our academic score brings like the highest point, one of the highest point in the calculation of the university.
Okay, that's really interesting. And then probably I would like to know detail, yeah, Rafa, based on your experience that um how often how often did your department face misunderstanding one another? And then how can you minimize it? How could you minimize it?
Mm. So my department is, yeah, alhamdulillah, rarely have misunderstanding because
Okay.
it
Really
they
got misunderstanding.
rarely,
Really got
yes. Mm,
rarely got using God, yeah,
rarely got,
because it
yeah,
was the past.
yeah, rarely got misunderstanding because I always held like maybe a little meeting in Friday once in a week to did our one of our program, and in that meeting we can communicate together
Mhm.
how the program, how the other programs will be held,
Mhm.
and
Ah,
maybe uh, discussing about another agenda too.
okay. Thank you so much, Rafa. Okay, and Rafa, after this, we will be in the next session, yeah? It's watching the video. So I have sent the link. I have sent several questions like usual in the WhatsApp. You can check out, yeah? And then this one. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's enjoy it.
So if you're a teenager or maybe not, I don't know, you clicked on this video, and if you're a subscriber to my channel, then you might probably see this as a different kind of video. I hope that this will help someone out and you exit this video with a smile on your face. I'm turning 17 on July 14, and over the past 17 years, I've learned a lot of things. The first thing I want to touch on is that your teen years are very, very, very special. It's this stage in your life when you're sort of changing physically as well as mentally. You're trying to find yourself, you're trying to find your identity. I know it might seem like you really want to be older, to be free, and just to have your own life. I promise you that time flies and you won't notice how fast your teen years will be over. So cherish every moment and don't live in the future, but live in the present. So the next thing that probably every teen is facing is school. For most people, it's not such a pleasant experience in their lives. I promise you again that time flies and you won't notice how quick you'll be a senior and you'll be done with school. At some point, you'll actually really want to go back there. Something that's another special thing about your teen year. Friends is quite a big topic, which I might not be able to go very deep in, but I think that the most important thing that you should know is that quality is more important than quantity. It might be just one person who really, really understands you on another level, or it might be a group of people. I don't know what your case is. I had a lot of stories where I really wanted to fit into a certain crowd and just be like them. I feel like in high school, everyone is programmed in such a way where difference is not really appreciated or supported. It's more like judged upon. The majority of people just do the same thing, say the same things, wear the same things. And if you're not doing that, then you are titled as that weird person. Just try stepping out of the bubble and being yourself, expressing yourself, and just not being scared of it. So the next topic I want to talk about is parents. I do feel like there's a lot of tension between you and your parents, because as you're changing, your parents are sort of trying to adapt to the new you, and there are a lot of things happening between you guys. Try to understand them in their position. Really, all they want for you is the best. Next is that you don't need to compare yourself with others. Don't go on someone's Instagram page, just look at their pictures and wish to be them, because honestly, you're just beautiful the way you are. Obviously in school, we're very pressured to do well, get the best grades. You shouldn't really live and focus on your grades and let the grades define you, because grades are just numbers. Although they might matter to some extent, in reality, they're not really as important as your health and as your happiness. So another thing that you should know is that you should find yourself a passion, something that you're very interested in. I don't know what it might be for you, but you should definitely keep doing it and don't give up. And lastly, this is a big thing, especially for me, try to just spend more time in the real life rather than sitting in front of a phone or computer and going on social media. So here's a challenge for you. Try to spend one day just without touching your phone. I tried it. It wasn't easy, but it worked, and it was actually actually one of my favorite days ever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe got inspired. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new to it, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!
Okay.
Grammarly helps me get the best grades possible while depleting the least amount of hours of my week.
Enough? Or I play once more?
Once more, sir.
Okay. It's normal pace, normal speed, or
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
make it slower?
Just at normal speed. Normal speed.
Okay.
So if you're a teenager, or maybe not, I don't know, you clicked on this video, and if you're a subscriber to my channel, then you might probably see this as a different kind of video. I hope that this will help someone out and you exit this video with a smile on your face. I'm turning 17 on July 14th, and over the past 17 years, I've learned a lot of things. The first thing I want to touch on is that your teen years are very, very, very special. It's this stage in your life when you're sort of changing physically as well as mentally. You're trying to find yourself, you're trying to find your identity. I know it might seem like you really want to be older, to be free, and just to have your own life. I promise you that time flies and you won't notice how fast your teen years will be over. So cherish every moment and don't live in the future, but live in the present. So the next thing that probably every teen is facing is school. For most people, it's not such a pleasant experience in their lives. I promise you again that time flies and you won't notice how quick you'll be a senior and you'll be done with school. At some point, you'll actually really want to go back there. Something that's another special thing about your teen year. Friends is quite a big topic, which I might not be able to go very deep in, but I think that the most important thing that you should know is that quality is more important than quantity. It might be just one person who really, really understands you on another level, or it might be a group of people. I don't know what your case is. I had a lot of stories where I really wanted to fit into a certain crowd and just be like them. I feel like in high school, everyone is programmed in such a way where difference is not really appreciated or supported. It's more like judged upon. The majority of people just do the same thing, say the same things, wear the same things. And if you're not doing that, then you are titled as that weird person. Just try stepping out of the bubble and being yourself, expressing yourself, and just not being scared of it. So the next topic I want to talk about is parents. I do feel like there's a lot of tension between you and your parents, because as you're changing, your parents are sort of trying to adapt to the new you, and there are a lot of things happening between you guys. Try to understand them in their position. Really, all they want for you is the best. Next is that you don't need to compare yourself with others. Don't go on someone's Instagram page, just look at their pictures and wish to be them, because honestly, you're just beautiful the way you are. Obviously in school, we're very pressured to do well, get the best grades. You shouldn't really live and focus on your grades and let the grades define you, because grades are just numbers. Although they might matter to some extent, in reality, they're not really as important as your health and as your happiness. So another thing that you should know is that you should find yourself a passion, something that you're very interested in. I don't know what it might be for you, but you should definitely keep doing it and don't give up. And lastly, this is a big thing, especially for me, try to just spend more time in the real life rather than sitting in front of a phone or computer and going on social media. So here's a challenge for you. Try to spend one day just without touching your phone. I tried it. It wasn't easy, but it worked, and it was actually one of my favorite days ever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe got inspired. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new to it, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!
Okay. Hello, Rafa.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it. Number one.
Wait, wait. Number one, what is the first thing that the girl in the video talks you to do, and what does she just suggest you to do? Mm, the girl told us that the teen years of our life is very important, so cherish every moment because we don't realize that time flies so fast.
Mm-mm. That's right. Number two.
What does the girl mean when she said that quality is more important than quantity in friendship?
Mhm.
Uh, in some case, we don't need like a bunch of friends surrounding us. We just need that one friend that understand us, that really understand us in another level.
Mm. Okay. Number three.
When you feel like there's a lot of tension between you and your parents, what does the girl suggest you to do? Uh, Try to understand in their position on or their perspective because all they want is the best for you.
That's right. Yeah. She suggests that we should try to understand our parents' positions. Yeah, because they only want the best for us, right?
Hmm.
Okay. And the next one.
Why does the girl say you shouldn't really live and focus on your grades? Because maybe if we chase the grades at the end, the grades will come to us because at the end of the day, grades are just numbers, and it's not as important as our health and happiness.
Uh, Yeah, she says that the grades are just number, yeah, and they are not as important as our health and also our happiness. So they shouldn't define who we are. So do you think, okay, the following questions, Rashma, do you think that students achieve the high grades when they are at school is really important?
Sorry.
That, okay, do you think that how important grade is for the students? Because many students now only aware about how to get the highest grades, but they don't consider about how can behave properly, how can be polite in the different people, different age especially.
Oh, yeah, yeah. For me, it's pretty concerning because nowadays, even my friends are just uh focus on their grades, how to
Mhm.
achieve high grades because yeah, it's all they need to go to the university they want.
Mhm.
But they also using all ways kind of way to achieve that grade
Mhm.
because uh because of that at the end of the day we will get maybe our grades are high because our comprehension about the material will be not as high as the grade that we achieve. Yeah, so they don't get the practical knowledge they gonna need to be succeed in the future if they only get the grades, and it will do nothing to our future how we work in the real life.
Mhm. Good. So if you can choose one,
All right.
which one is more important?
uh
The grade or what is the option here? The grade or uh, politeness?
the grades or politeness. Hmm.
Because
For me,
uh,
myself,
mhm.
both of the choices is pretty balanced because don't we don't have to be polite. We don't. Politeness is not important if it's not followed by maybe grades. Oh, sorry. The grades mean only the score, not the comprehension.
Mm, yeah, that's it's all number.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'd rather choose politeness than grades because even though my grades are low, but maybe not low, maybe aren't that high, maybe so if compared to the other students, I with my politeness, I can get the maybe people call ridho from our teacher or our parents. It will be an X factor that maybe brings me to the future I dreamed of.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you so much, Rafa. And then the last question, Rafa.
What is the last thing that the girl suggests you to do, and did she succeed in doing it? The last thing she told us is find your passion and focus on it, and don't live in the future, live in the moment. Spend more time in your life rather than with phone, gadget, and social media. And yeah, it's hard for her, but she succeeded.
Mhm. All right. So thank you so much. Next one, we are in the vocabulary and pronunciations. Can you read one by one? And then it's like yesterday, after reading the vocabulary, the paraphrase, and also the example as well, you can create your own example of using that word. Okay, the first one,
Sorry,
misery.
sorry. Yeah, misery, great unhappiness. Example: we have witnessed the most appalling scenes of human misery. Misery means uh, kemalangan,
Ya, penderitaan.
penderitaan ya,
Atau kita bisa menggunakan dengan kata lain yaitu kesengsaraan.
kesengsaraan. Alright.
Ah,
Uh, the long war
mhm.
between Israel and Palestine brought misery to many families.
Okay, that's simple one. Next one.
Affliction, something that makes you suffer. Example: malnutrition is one of the common afflictions in the developing countries.
Mhm.
Afflictions means sesuatu yang membuat menderita.
Sama saja dengan penderitaan, tetapi ini penderitaannya because of pain.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Because of pain.
Be-
Okay.
Because of difficult situation.
Okay.
Kalau kalau misery itu emotionally,
Misery
beda ya?
emotionally, affliction physically.
Yes. No, ya betul, physically. Sama kayak dengan physically juga.
Okay. The sentence: he faced a serious illness,
Mhm.
but he stayed strong despite the afflictions.
Mhm. Hmm. Oke. Kalau saya bilang gini gimana? Kemiskinan itu adalah sebuah penderitaan sosial atau kesengsaraan sosial yang terjadi di banyak negara. How to say that in English?
Kemiskinan adalah penderitaan sosial yang terjadi di banyak
Mhm.
negara.
Mhm.
Uh,
How to say kemiskinan?
Kemiskinan, I don't know. Poor
Ah,
situations, I don't know.
yes, poor situation, oke, atau poverty.
Oh, poverty, yeah.
Ah, Mhm.
Poverty is a social
Affliction or misery?
mm, misery.
Really?
Oh, why is it
Affliction
affliction?
ya. Affliction itu kan penderitaan, cuman lebih ke arah ke kondisi-kondisi tertentu. Something that
Oh,
causes pain, suffering, or difficulty, often related to illness or serious problem. So that's why I create a sentence in bahasa. Kemiskinan adalah sebuah penderitaan sosial yang terjadi di banyak negara.
poverty is a social afflictions happen in uh, many countries.
Very good. The next one.
Agony,
Mhm.
extreme physical or mental pain or suffering. Example: it must be agony for them to say goodbye.
Mhm.
Agony means extreme physical, so it's Sangat menyakitkan.
Betul sekali. Yang sangat hebat ya, both physically and mentally ya.
Hmm.
So, what's your word?
He was in agony after injuring his leg during the match. Extreme
Okay,
physical. Yeah.
nice.
Um,
Next,
Setback.
setbacks.
Something that happens that delays or prevents a process from developing. Example, there has been a temporary setback in our plans. Uh, Setback means penghalang,
Penghalang, ah,
temporary setback.
hambatan. Lebih
Oh,
tepatnya
hambatan.
hambatan.
Right. Uh,
Kalau penghalang itu kan kayak barrier,
yeah.
barrier kan?
Okay. Failing the test was a setback, but he didn't give up.
Next.
Torment.
Mhm.
Cause a person or animal to suffer or worry. Example, this toothache has tormented me all day. I'll go to the dentist this evening.
Mhm.
Torment means menyiksa.
Penyiksa betul sekali. Yeah, I think that someone create pain, suffering, or mental distress. Yeah,
Hmm.
seems like heart, father, trouble, distress, or something like that. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. So we are in the Q&A. Are you ready, Rafa?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question, Rafa, what did you usually do when you had a problem?
What did I usually do when I had a problem? Mm, it depends on what kind of problem I faced.
Mhm.
If it, like I've said before, the team's problem, I'll communicate with my teams or even with my leader if I have an upper leader.
Mhm.
So, but if I had my own personal problems, I usually not talk to my parents about that. I'd rather talk to maybe an AI or something to find me some solutions, because for me AI is not judging me at all despite all of my problems.
Hmm. Okay. So when you had a problem, you keep by yourself, or you will tell someone if it's really hard to solve.
If it's really hard to solve, mm, maybe if I need help from my parents, maybe like for
Mhm.
like school admissions problem, or maybe some courses that I have to join that I want to join but I don't get to how to apply in it, so I'll ask my parents. But if just face some problems like in school or maybe in organization, I'll just talk to my friends
Mhm.
or even my teacher.
Okay. Nice. And the second one, when you encounter problems, do you often talk to others, such as your parents or your friends?
um Not very often, but if the problem is gone to a level where I cannot handle it myself, first one I'll tell my parents, so they can, maybe they're judging me, but they're also give me some advice about what I have to do to finish
Mm.
that problem. And maybe if the problems also happen in school, I'll
Mm.
also talk to my friends, but not very often, because I don't
Okay.
want them to know much about my problems.
All right. So what do you think, in your opinion, what do you think, Rafa, if someone tells their problem easily? I mean, like when they are so open-minded to the new people. What do you think about that people, that kind of people?
Mm,
Do you have, I mean, like, do you have a friend like that?
just talk easily about their problems all the time.
Mhm. Whenever you are gathering with him or her, so she or he always tell everything about himself or herself. It's
Oh,
even like it's even like lead a small problem in their life, family's problem? What do you think about that kind of people?
I've never met a person like that in my life. Maybe in school, in society, even in school. But maybe I can't tell if they're actually wrong or not, because I don't know if they have someone to tell the problems with in their house, and they just one listener to their problem, and that it can help them to stay calm and find the problems. Maybe they just want to ask what's the solution for my problem.
Mhm. Okay. Why I am asking like that, Rafa? Because I am a new teacher at my school. So there are many people who are telling me about their own business. Actually,
Mm.
I try to ignore them, but they always close to me and telling everything what happens in their life, such as family's problem, such as a personal issue or misunderstanding among teachers
uh,
in the same room. So sometimes I feel guilty to know that problem because it's not my business, right?
mm.
Okay, the next one. What is the biggest challenge you face lately? Not today, lately.
Lately,
Mhm.
uh wait, what kind of challenge I faced lately?
What is the biggest challenge you face lately? Maybe it's not about your school. Probably yeah, it's about your life. So many things in your life, not only school.
But my problems mostly happen in school. So
Mm,
uh in before Ramadan, we're doing test PES
we
AJ.
were,
Oh
we
yeah, we
were.
were doing some practical test PES AJ, but in practical one. So there's, because I'm assigned to science class, of course I did some tests for chemistry, physics, and biology. I did well in biology and physics because I don't have to do the procedure. I just
Mhm,
memorize all the answers because it's a practice test and I already know the results.
mhm,
But in the chemistry test, the procedure didn't go well, and I have to redo the procedure like 3 times, and I only had like 3 minutes to do the paper.
mhm,
And yeah, of course the paper is not going well. My
mhm,
writing is like almost cannot be read by
mhm,
another teacher, but I managed to do it again, and it
mhm, mhm,
not as bad as before.
mhm,
But I realized in the end that the calculation and the
mhm.
procedure I wrote is not quite right, and I don't know what score I got because they didn't reveal the score until now.
Oh, can you predict it?
Maybe like 70 or something.
Hmm,
Yeah,
really?
it's
It's under KKN?
the minimum score to graduate in PAS AJ is, for my school, is 65.
Huh?
Yeah, 65.
Oh, okay. Okay, the next one. Who inspire you in tough situations? How would you handle those challenging moments?
Actually, for me, the one that inspires me in tough situation is uh me myself in the past. So when
Mm,
I face tough situations, I say to myself like, I faced kind of thing that harder than this. If
mm,
if that kind of thing I can solve that kind of thing, I can also solve this kind of thing because it's actually not harder than the problem I faced in the past.
mhm. Okay, nice. And then, what challenges can you predict for your future, and are you scared to face them?
Um, in the future, so I'll take it as the university, the life of university. Maybe the problems I'll face in the future is how can I manage to do all by myself, like the living, and also do the educational parts in the university, because I will go far from home. And I'm not actually scared to face them because it's my dream to enter the university outside Surabaya.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you so much. And this one, what would you say? We need someone else for you to help us solve the problem that we are facing.
Mm, yeah, I agree with that. Most of the problems that I solve, I communicated first with my friends, my teacher, or even my parents to gave me some advice. I'm not sure I can do that if I finished it on my own.
Mhm.
So yeah, I agree with this statement.
Okay, so let's be back to the your personality, especially the way you study. Rafa, let me know what is your learning style?
My learning style,
Yes, auditory, visual, or kinesthetic?
uh, auditory.
Auditory. So are you good at memorizing?
Mm, yeah, I cannot say if I'm really that good in memorizing, but I maybe a bit above of the average of the people in memorizing.
Mm. Okay, okay, because you look such a smart person. Okay, wow. That's a great discussion today, Rafa. So many things you taught me about your experience, especially when you were at school, and also you can predict something happen in the future, since when you are at university. So let me know, Rafa, what is your plan 5 years later?
Sorry.
What is your plan 5 years later? Probably you already predict, you already make a plan after graduation from university. What would you be? What you will be? Probably.
Mm, actually, I didn't think it far enough, sir. I just think how could I survive and maybe thrive on the university. So I don't really think for now. I don't really think about how I would be, but my prediction or my expectation, if I'm already graduated in the bachelor program, either I will be just go to work or I'm applying to the master program. But I think I'll
Okay.
go to work.
Okay. That's enough. Thank you so much, Rafa, for today. So is there any questions so far?
No, sir.
Nothing? Everything is clear?
Yes.
So you are the best. Today you are so the best, Rafa, because you did very well. And also, but I have a feedback for you, especially in this moment. So many things that you miss, especially when you are telling about the past.
Mhm.
So you have to use was or word. And
Yes.
then if you would like to use like to verb one, not to verb two, like to give, not to gave.
Right.
Yeah. Many missed vocabularies that you use in this session, but it's okay. Overall, it's very good. Your delivery, yeah, your delivery of idea is very really excellent. Yeah, because idea by idea, story by story, and I mean like the story is really arranged. Okay, I think that's all from Mr. Fahmi. Thank you so much for joining to this. Thank you so much for giving your nice attention to this class. So see you tomorrow at the same time at 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Can we take a moment, please?
Yes.
Okay. One, two, and three. All right. So I already follow you, Rafa. By the way, you
Oh
may
yeah.
follow me. Like, let me tag you. Is it okay?
Sorry.
Let me tag you on Instagram.
Mm,
But you don't need to rep. You don't need to repost. But that's okay. I just tag you.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So see you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks, sir.
You're welcome.